Guys, how you doing? Welcome back to a brand new video. So I'm down here at Burford Golf Club. Very foggy morning. 7 o'clock in the morning. I've got lessons at 9 o'clock. I'm then in the shop from 12:30, and I want to start training and practicing first thing in the morning, as qualifiers for a lot of long drive events start first thing. So I've got to get used to my body waking up. No good hitting great balls at 6 o'clock, because if I'm only hitting them good in the evenings, it means I won't be doing it in the mornings, and if I'm not doing it in the mornings, I won't even make the evenings. So let's get into the routine, let's get into the practice, let's get into the video. Right, Cobra F9 Speedback is the driver of choice for this morning's warm-up. Literally just come in Cobra. We haven't had Cobra up here at Burford before. I tested it at the start of the year. Said to Duncan it's worth having a look. He agrees, and it's a good price point. Pound for pound, best driver. Actually just best driver 2019. In my opinion, it does everything as well as all the other drivers out there. I think they've upped their game. And yeah, it's just a good sounding feeling golf club. If you're new to the channel, I'm a big fan of second-hand golf clubs as well. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. A new driver is not necessarily always going to give you any more distance. It's more of the fitting process, making sure your launch and spin is correct rather than the tech in the driver, and also your swing is sound. Anyway, let's get into it. I'm going to do my warm-up. I'm going to show you what I'm doing now in the mornings to get my body into gear, and then let's see if we can unleash some early morning drives. See if I can post 340, 350, 360. I've launched this down to 7.5 degrees. It's got the 6.5 X stiff shaft in it, the smoke shaft. Great combination. And yeah, let's get into the video.
Okay, stretching first thing in the morning, important if you want to be a competitive anything, let alone long driver. So obviously making sure that my shoulders, my pecs, everything else, I've got a good range of movement, because if I haven't got that, there's no point in being a golfer or be even a long drive competitor. So obviously I've been doing a lot more upper body workouts, which is not necessarily essential, but definitely would make a difference. Triceps, shoulders, moving that club in this first place, extension on the way through. But most of your power in golf comes from your legs. So obviously squats, deadlifts, that's all key. Can't touch my toes in the mornings. I can do it in the evenings, I can do it at the gym, but first thing in the morning I can't do that. So that would dramatically affect my chances of A, finding the middle of the club face, and B, generating any power at all in my swing. So I've got to get a lot more limber and be able to get a lot more limber early in the mornings, because if you can't touch your toes, that leads to early extension in the swing, which is not beneficial. Super speed sticks. Have been really lazy with these, I'm not going to lie, which is a good and bad thing. Good thing because I've got loads of room for improvement. Bad thing is, what are you doing? So yeah, left hand, right hand swings, generating, so obviously building up the left hand side of the body as well as right hand side of the body, and there's a big difference between my left hand swing and right hand swing, and obviously the more I work on that, if I'm doing this 4 or 5 times a week, that's obviously going to be a big improvement. You've got the light, which is a green, then the blue, the medium, and then the heavy. And obviously I slowly warm up into this. I don't give it all at first thing, because this is 7 in the morning and I don't want to injure myself, and then by the end of it obviously giving it the full beans. Then on the knees, I find this quite interesting, separating the upper and lower body, again trying to generate force, not necessarily with your lower half, and this is probably where your shoulders and your triceps and your wrists and forearms come into it. Wrists and forearms are really important in long drive. Basically swinging straight through a golf ball, not letting the ball impact the club face at all, is important for ball speed and club head speed impact. So building my forearms up and everything else is quite essential. So you can see the difference in terms of speed of swings at the start than is now. I feel a lot more limber, a lot more loose, and again, this is the first time I've done it, so imagine in a year's time I'm going to be feeling great in the mornings. Playing swing with the driver. So these are just my normal swings I imagine that I'd be on a golf course, and to be fair, I think my club head's probably on a playing swings probably about 120, maybe 122, and ball speed roughly around 175, I'd say. Now this is just an essential of showing you how numbers work. So 167 ball speed 166 ball speed and 317 yards. So if you've got a ball speed of around 160 and you're struggling to get it over 250, it's purely because your impact factors are wrong. So making sure that your club path's good, your face is pointing at the target, as well as your launch and spin rate, that's essential. Guys, at the end of the day, technology will only help you so far. You've got to be able to swing it on the right path and everything else to get the ball out there. So again, that's another 320 drive, and that's 167 ball speed. So I know obviously this is in a simulator, and obviously if I was to do this in England, it wouldn't go anywhere near as far as that. But if you're struggling for distance and you can get a 160 ball speed, it's probably down to impact factors why it's not going as far. This one you can see a bit heely, so this be probably a good example of maybe the drive or if the swing's not right for you. So I've lost a bit of distance here, 290, 291. Ball speed was the same, but if you look at the spin rate, 3,300. I've come across it, it's come out the hill, hence why I've lost a bit of distance. So I start ramping it up, start giving it a bit more. These feel like toy drivers now after my long driver, which is 48 inches. And I get after this one. Again, doesn't look like I'm trying to hit it. And for people that ask me, does long drive hurt your golf swing? I'd say no, because basically I play a 3/4 now. And it's just like a pitch shot with everything. I basically play pitch shots with everything now. 343, 179 ball speed, which I think is really good. Great numbers there with this driver, 6.5 X-stiff shaft, 7.5 degrees. And then I start going after it. And again, this just explains down to club fitting. Like the harder I hit it, the more spin I got, the higher launch I got, therefore the further the ball didn't go. It was really difficult to beat the 343, which is a normal swing. And again, you can see the spin rate massively up there. But I'm definitely trying to get a lot more through it. My lesson with Lee's obviously trying to be a lot more out to in, or let's say neutral. I'm too in to out, trying to play that draw too much. It means I got trapped, it means I played massive hooks, massive pushes, and it just didn't help my golf swing at all. So I'm working on that, and that's great to do with a normal driver. Nice strong base, and then obviously moving my hips. I can see just looking back at this footage, I'm not turning my hips anywhere near as much as I should be. And that's again losing me distance and power. I was trying to hook some in there just to get some added distance, trying to drop the spin rate, but it wasn't happening. But 182, great ball speed, a good hit. And as I say, this driver keeps up with pretty much everything else there out in the market, and it's £100 cheaper, which is always nice. So if you want to go and get custom fitted, don't neglect to have a look at this driver. But at the same time, there's loads of second-hand drivers out there. If you know what you're looking for, you can definitely save yourself a lot of money. This was a great hit, the best I could produce on the day. I think it's about 320 carry. I was edging it to get over my other swing, so that's 346, 183 ball speed, again really high, and as good as I could muster in the morning.
Guys, thank you ever so much for watching. Let me know what driver you want to see me hit next. I think I'm doing a leaderboard of which one I hit the furthest, standard driver. Doesn't have to be this year's, last year's, 5 years old, whatever it is. See how far it goes. See which one is producing the best ball speed, launch, spin rate for myself. Guys, thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.